Greater Israel, evaluating the complex Greater Israel concept requires us to carefully separate objective operational reality from sustained campaigns of disinformation. Intelligence analysis identifies three overlapping but distinct definitions routinely conflated under this single term: a historical religious ideal, a localized settlement policy, and a regional conspiracy theory. This map illustrates the geographic extremes of the concept. The inner boundaries highlight the territories occupied by Israel in 1967, while the outer boundaries represent the maximalist Nile to Euphrates footprint. Understanding strategic reality means prioritizing documented geopolitical policies over unsubstantiated maximalist claims. Early mainstream Zionism was characterized by pragmatism.
The priority was acquiring any viable state to ensure survival rather than achieving regional hegemony. While foundational figures like Theodor Herzl occasionally reference expanded biblical borders in their private diaries, mainstream Zionist diplomacy centered firmly on negotiable, limited boundaries. The maximalist interpretation of a biblical land of Israel only became operationally relevant after the 1967 Six-Day War, when Israel captured significant new territory. Following the war, religious factions like Gush and Munim utilized this biblical ideology to justify constructing permanent settlements throughout the West Bank and Gaza.
Demand for an expanded biblical territory remained a minority religious viewpoint, never serving as the prevailing strategic doctrine of the Zionist movement. There is no official classified or public Israeli government doctrine supporting a Nile to Euphrates expansion. In fact, the historical record demonstrates Israel's willingness to surrender massive territories to secure peace treaties, including the complete withdrawal from the Sinai Peninsula by 1982 and the total disengagement from Gaza in 2005. The most expansive documented state policy is found in the 1977 Likud party platform. This map shows the precise parameters of that mandate. It asserts exclusive Israeli sovereignty strictly between the Mediterranean Sea and the Jordan Sea, effectively rejecting any ambitions toward the Nile or Euphrates. Critics frequently point to a 1982 essay by Oded, Yinon, which argued for the fragmentation of neighboring Arab states. However, this was a single conceptual strategy paper published in a journal and holds no formal standing in Israeli state doctrine. Actual state behavior, legally binding treaties, and measured military withdrawals contradict the existence of an expansionist regional master plan. Throughout primary policy documents supporting the Greater Israel conspiracy, adversarial actors rely heavily on visual disinformation, claiming Israeli national symbols, conceal secret expansionist maps. Adversarial figures have consistently weaponized this narrative to frame regional conflicts as a defense against an encroaching empire. This visual shows the Israeli 10 agorot coin, frequently cited as proof of a hidden map. Historians confirm the relief is simply a replica of an ancient coin issued by the last Hasmonean king, entirely unrelated to a map of Greater Israel. Another persistent claim is that the twin blue stripes on the Israeli national flag represent the borders of the Nile and the Euphrates rivers. Primary historical documentation proves that the flag's design is modeled exclusively on the talit, the traditional Jewish prayer shawl. These symbolic interpretations are fabricated propaganda deployed to reverse engineer evidence for a theory that lacks factual substantiation. The maximalist Nile to Euphrates project remains an anti-Zionist conspiracy motif, devoid of any binding documentary evidence. This map emphasizes the true scale of the conflict. Accurate strategic analysis must lock focus exclusively on the documented and territorial realities occurring strictly within the contested 1967 borders. Fabricated regional master plans distract from actionable geopolitical reality.